Welcome to Brilliantly British. My name is Lawrence, and today, within me, a bit of nostalgia is being generated because today I'm going to show you how to make a classic, traditional, and beautifully spiced, rich and creamy rice pudding the proper way, baked slow and steady in the oven. It's going to be paired with jam that's been made, you've seen made in the previous episodes. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this episode. For this deliciously rich and creamy and satisfying rice pudding, you're going to need the ingredients in front of me here. You're going to need some spices in the form of cinnamon, some cardamom, some nutmeg. You're also going to need some vanilla. If you can get hold of the vanilla pod, great. If not, some vanilla paste will do. Some brown sugar here, some salt, some milk rice, some full fat milk, and some butter. But as always, you will be cooking, and so to stay hydrated, I'd recommend, as a Brit, a nice cup of hot tea. To get ourselves started with the rice pudding, we're going to flavor and heat up our milk. So I've got 2 cardamom pods here that I've just lightly crushed. This helps them to release their flavor. In goes the sugar, in goes some salt, and then in goes all of our milk. We're just going to stir this gradually, making sure that the sugar is dissolved and encouraging the flavors in the cardamom to infuse into the milk. We're going to heat this up on a medium to low heat. Once this has just about come to the boil, we're going to add this to our rice. As this heats up, start preheating your oven. Our milk has just come up to the boil. Now is the time to remove our cardamom pods. Just fish them out like so. They've done their job. Now we're going to add in the rice. At this point now, you want to switch off the heat and just allow that to sit for a minute. I'm going to be cooking my rice pudding in a pan like this, which I have buttered thoroughly, as I shall now show you. And simply, this enriches the rice pudding and also makes it a lot easier to wash up. Into our rice and milk infusion here, we're going to add in some vanilla, just a tiny bit, followed by some nutmeg and some cinnamon. Make sure that's been stirred in well, and then you're pretty much done with the hard part of this rice pudding. This is now going to go into our baking dish. In my case, it's a frying pan. I can tell you already, this smells amazing, beautifully fragrant. You've got all the spices in there, the cardamom is coming through, the nutmeg and the cinnamon. Classic and very traditional British dessert that, as you can see thus far, has been very, very easy to make. Now this is ready to go into the preheated oven. Every half an hour for the first hour, you want to stir this, and then after you've stirred this the second time, you just want to leave this for another hour in the oven to form a nice skin, the characteristic skin, which is what a lot of people in the UK fight for. And then after that second hour, it should be it should have thickened nicely and become nice and creamy. So guys, I am excited. My flat smells like a delicious, rich, well-spiced rice pudding, and in front of me, as you can see here, it's bronzed beautifully. Like I said, the cooking process was very simple. After the first half an hour in the oven, gave it a quick stir. After the second half an hour, another quick stir, and then for the final hour, because it was in the hour for 2 hours, I just left it in there to just sit and bronze beautifully like this. Now we're going to taste this. Oh, this is wonderfully gelatinous and beautiful. When you dish this, try to dish it with the skin upwards. It's the best, arguably the best bit. Because we're not done. You can eat it just as it is, but I'm going to pair this with some jam. Now this will go on the side, just here. And that's it. This is ready to eat. I can't wait. Tasting. Oh, this has been something that I'm getting quite emotional about. This is something that is served regularly, was served regularly in British schools, and I'll be honest, it never was done properly, at least not this way with all of the spices, because, well, they just wouldn't have done it that way. But here goes, enough talking. Do some tasting. It's thick, it's creamy, it's sweet. You've got the cardamom, you've got the cinnamon, you've got the vanilla. And then you can still actually feel the rice, but in a really nice way. The rice isn't completely lost. This is one of my favorite desserts, honestly. And I think if you make this, it'll be one of your favorite desserts too. Thank you so much for watching this episode. If you like this episode, please click the like button, subscribe to this channel, tell everyone about the brilliantly British food you've seen thus far on this channel, and I will see you next time.